Mo Putty, Andrew Finger. Welcome to SED'S Shed.
Hey, baby.
Bass quiz for fun, or can you play my bass lick? Or do we want? We're getting pissed anyway in SED'S Shed today. Me and my mate Fricker, we go back a long way, right? So today we're just going to do a little bit of filming. We're going to get drunk and we'll cut little bits out and take them away and then cut all the swear words out.
We don't swear. Don't swear.
He does swear.
I don't swear.
So anyway, I know our buddy Fricker there, right? He started playing bass before me. And I was his groupie, you see. I used to follow him around.
With like X on that,
I was following him around, carry his bass for him, and watch him play, admire him playing on stage with an original band, you know. You don't get much of that on circuit now, do you? You know, if you don't play covers, like, you don't want to know who now, do they? Like, but back in our day when we was kids, like,
there was lots about, there was loads.
It was all about playing original stuff.
It was great.
I think I saw it. But actually, no, I started writing again.
Have you?
Yeah, because I was.
I've never had that talent, see. I've never been able to
Shut up!
Never
been able to do it. This guy's mega talented.
Never been able to do it. I've always.
Oh, you have. But
I've always copied somebody else.
But it all depends which way you land on the floor when you come out of it.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Like, head first, I landed, or face first. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the gift is keep on playing, exactly, and it doesn't matter if you're playing stadiums, like, you know, or you're playing in your bedroom, or you're playing in SED'S Shed, like, you know,
that's right.
Or you're on the. It's going well, mate.
That's been absolutely superb. Breath of fresh air for everybody.
I don't know how long it's going to go on for, like, you know, because we're cutting down.
Well, it's going forever now. This could be the next.
Well, it was because we was doing when we first started. We were doing one a night, right? One a day, one a night.
Yeah, that's right.
I was flat out. There was loads of people sending bass over, and I was back and forth all day because I didn't.
No, that's right.
Nothing to do, was it? Like, you know?
No, that's
so I come down and I get drunk, you know.
on the wine, it's a very nice wine.
No drink anyway, right? Yeah. And then I'd sit there and I'd work. I never write the script or nothing like that, as you know. You can see what's crying on now.
I've seen it live now.
Just, I know, it's just natural. Just talk,
the way it is.
Talk rubbish, like, you know, and then, but we're all bass players, you know. And
that's right, we're all here for a bit of fun.
People like you, and we got quite a good community now, and we got our local buddies, or we all know.
Well, that's right, yeah. We can get together with them. And
well, I was hoping to get pretty soon, but the lockdown's dragging on a little bit now, like, you know. Going back to you with Elite I can see if I got a picture of us walking down, carrying the bass, something like that.
Right,
I think I had these lovely tartan trousers on, something
like that. Yeah, you did.
Was I into the alarm? I think it might have been.
Big black hair you had.
I think it was the alarm. I was into all that stuff in it.
And I had long, straight hair, like.
Oh, yeah.
I had hair then, like.
Yeah, well, they were days, isn't it? I tell you what, but I still got like, I'm blowing out of my eyes, like, you know. I got to pay search fees for the haircut these days. Like, how long have you been paying now?
I was thinking of that earlier on, actually. I was 13.
Wow, flipping it, man. I bought my first bass. I bought when I was in school.
Yeah.
But it was a guitar, right? It was just coming to the end of school, before I was kicked out, right? And I bought bass strings and put on a little Telecaster copy guitar, that's what I had. And then I bought them from a catalogue. I started working in a butcher shop.
Mine was from the catalogue as well.
Was it? You know, West Door. Oh, I bought a black one. That was my second bass. I bought a black one like you had. Yeah. Because I wanted to be like Fricker. I wanted to be like him because he was shit hot in the day. He was great. I didn't play on stage, like, you know what I mean?
To be honest.
What amp do you use now then?
At the moment I'm using a TC Electronic.
How do you find that?
Light. It's nice light gear, but it's not the best because transistor. Right. It's not like an Ampeg, is it? It's not gonna give you the bottom end.
Well, I don't know, but I don't know. I think that because the technology now, right?
It's very good. Excellent.
And you got to think, right? Because I went from Ampeg, right? I went from Trace was my
Trace was my first.
And I went the old Trace that I didn't touch a new Trace, and I went to Ampeg then.
Yeah.
But it was so heavy, right? And I pulled my back out twice. I put it onto a stage. One stage was about that, right, and the next one was about the back of a trailer then. And I pulled it. I was back in a fortnight, and it was better. And I put it on the back of a trailer then. I did the gig, and I pulled it again, right. So I stood up on stage like a cripple then. I always played like a cripple anyway. And then I said to myself, I gotta change it. So I bit the bullet, and that was flipping. That was 2009. I bought a Mark bass.
Yeah, and it's excellent kit.
I love it, but you know, and it's been it haven't let me down yet. You know, but you know, it was second hand when I bought it. And the money I paid for it then, right? You can buy brand new stuff, and it's mad. But
it is mad.
But I think they made in China or something like that now.
Japan.
Japan, is it? One of them, is it?
It
was Italy, Cookie, no, I
went to his house to have a go of his. Because you got to think the playing one lot.
I think, I'd be honest, but I think, what you got, have you got 350, 250, something like that?
350.
Well, I think that's big enough, right?
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
Because if you play big events, especially with pubs, right, it's big enough, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you could always DA it if you need to, couldn't you? Or make it up.
We could, but what I find is the bigger venues we use, they got their own kit anyway.
Yeah.
So I just turn it down and go for the APA. So.
Well, what I use, a mini mark, something like that, I call it small, I don't know, you know what they flipping called, like, it's covered already for you to plug into now. That's about 350, something like that, 4 blow or whatever top. I don't understand all that bollocks.
No, I don't. I know.
No,
never been technical.
I drive a tractor, I can't read and write. You know, I've always I never the sharpest pencil in the box. But I know what sounds good and what doesn't sound good.
I know the feeling. Yeah, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and I know people they tell, I got this pickups and all iron this, and I got this and that. Oh, that's great for you. Like, and what do you play like? You know, do you make a bit of play any different?
To be honest, in the brew house and places like I don't even take an amp. I take a I got a
like a DA thing, is it, or something like that with a little knob
preamp. Preamp. That's preamp the YYZ.
Oh right. What's that sound like again?
It's the fit bass.
Right. So who should have brought that over? Could I have a little look?
Rory got it. He bought it off me.
Oh, did he? Because he's a great bass player.
He plays bass as well.
He plays double bass, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Can you imagine playing in a band, right, with a bass shit out, like, you know, the guitarist, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is a really good bass player, he does classically trained double bass and all that, and you got to go play and you got this idiot. He's looking at you and going, oh, you're playing that one wrong with it, Frick, like, you know.
Yeah.
He's not like that though, he's cool.
He's not, he's pretty cool with it.
I can remember, right, me and Spooky, which was a drummer, one of the first bands I was with, right, you know, and we've known Spooky since through school. I knew him since I was 4. And I remember we went to see, I don't know if you can remember this, right, but it might shock you this way, right? We used to smoke a bit of weed back in the day, didn't we, right, you know, when we was kids and all that, you know?
Some of us did,
yeah. Yeah, I don't think you did you?
Not much, no.
Not much, no. But,
no, I won't,
but you find it...
I was in the vicinity, yeah.
Yeah, well, okay, right, well, you didn't, he was one of them, he was one of the sensible ones. But we went to see you play a gig, me and Spooky turned up when we come over, I think you might have drove us home or something, we go back to your house in, get your parents away on holidays, right?
I know exactly what you're going to say. Yeah.
So we went down his house there, and we got pissed, right?
Yeah.
That was it, I can't remember. Yeah. I remember, he fell asleep, right, because he was working shifts, right, and he had to get up for work early hours of the morning, right? So we stayed, so when he fell asleep in the chair, and then we was drinking, and we was smoking weed, so when he was sleeping, he was this little baby, like, and as he was inhaling, right, we was giving him blowbacks, right? So he was smoking weed then, wasn't he? Like a little spluttering and coughing. But then he got up, we went in, you know, left him about early hours, we left him, right? And he got up early for work then, right? And he fell asleep at the wheel, didn't he?
I did, yeah.
And on the way to work, he fell asleep at the wheel, and what happened then?
I smashed the car up.
At the lamppost, didn't he?
I did, yeah.
Jeez. So we could have been held responsible for that.
So don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs, and don't push drugs, right? People don't even know you're pushing them, so don't spike anybody, especially with the sleeping. So we did that, and I know, but they're always buggers when we were kids, like, stupid things we do, like, you know. Because I don't think we was working, we was just, we want to be rock star.
That's why I had to sort of step away from the bands, because I had a job at the time.
Yeah, he was, and still got the same job, I think.
I'm still there,
yeah. God, it's amazing.
33 years later,
I know, I've gone through
later.
some jobs there, like, that's how I work for myself, like, because I can't work with anybody, like. So we have another drink.
Should we? You talk me into it.
We'll take 5 and I'll bring a bottle over now. Oh.
Yeah, I remember that well.
Oh God, because I that's why I remember it, because what happened after, and you didn't phone us to tell us straight away. We didn't have mobiles then,
no,
because
we didn't have phones.
You twats, I fell asleep, you know, and you should
have. I was in hospital at the time, that's why.
Yeah, there we are, that's why.
I had other things on my mind.
Yeah, am I going to get better from this?
Yeah, am I going to live like...
So what happened to the car? He wrote off, was it?
Oh, I was totally embedded around the lamppost. It was a good outfit, right?
Fucking hell.
Right through the middle of the lamppost went. I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah. I remember little things like that. You'd go, oh, do we really do that? Like, you know.
Yeah, you did.
Rush Kennedy was a main influence of mine as well,
and
obviously you as well.
Oh, mine, yeah.
Yeah, and I think most people our age was into rock.
If you're into
it was either Maiden, wasn't it? Yeah. Maiden's bass, but it was which is I don't think I don't think it's that difficult, Steve Harris. You're not that good at bass, but you're like, you know what I mean? So I think I guess it.
Yeah, that's going to get a reaction.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I don't think he's that good. He's overrated. He plays triplets, you know. Triplets was going on in John Entwistle's days, in the Who, like,
of course,
you know.
yeah.
And so that was but he was playing a lot better bass lines, actually.
It's good to play to learn how to play them, though.
Yeah, oh yeah,
triplets. It's good to learn this stuff. That's how I learned.
If you want to play Iron Maiden, I think it's best to learn with a plectrum.
No.
Why?
There's only one way to play a triplet, but
yeah. That's flipping hard. They are.
They are.
It's a technique, and it's a great technique.
And like I say, Steve Harris, it's good to learn his songs to bring that on. I said to Marshy once, I said, look, if you want to learn how to do runs, because you're not a heavy rock band and things like that.
Yeah.
Learn how to do Black Sabbath. Learn their runs. Because they're all running, and so you pick that up a bit. There's always techniques to learn, isn't it? There's always things
and it's always good to do that, and if you're into that, definitely good. I'd like a 70s Telecaster bass. I would. Just the front, because there's a Telecaster bass, right?
Yeah.
But just with the front pickup, like
because
they're fat sound. Isn't it funny how your sound changes? Like I was in the click. You know,
just look at that. I wish I kept mine now.
I still do play it, and it's great. It's great for fun. You know, have a crack with it after anyway. Like, you know.
They're fabulous for slapping, and
yeah.
That's what they're made for, isn't it?
But I found a and I was with Fenders, right? Now it's a when I used to play in Stone Age, I'd have a JD, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't have a really good bass.
But it was a gimmick thing as well, wasn't it? It was a pink bass.
Yeah.
With the long hair.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I know. I always used to get mistake for being a woman. I think, oh, he's camping.
Yeah,
you see me and he's kissing.
What's that woman doing? Not talking,
yeah, no, but that's what it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, that's right.
Fender. I used to borrow Longie's Fender, and he got a '78 Fender. I never rated it. I thought it was the one trick. Now, and this is funny, right? Now, this is truth. This is right. I always hated Fender. I thought this shit. They were one trick pony. Because I've been. I know, and I get my words. It's because I bought a Telecaster bass because I was looking for the old sound, and you can get a goodish old sound on a JDS feature, so you can get old sound on it.
That's right.
But with the active circuitry and all that, it's not as quite. But and I think, and I personally, right, Fender done maybe they've done his sound on as good on their own as maybe a JD does on an active basis, right? But when you put them with a band, right, they fit into the band much better.
They fit into the mix much better.
Yeah. And you'll ask any more session players, right? And it's passive.
They all got P-bass, passive. I've always been active.
I have as well. But when I bought my Telecaster bass in 2011, something like that, right, I threw away batteries in. But I did, and do you know what? I got flat ones on it, right, and they sound shit, dead. They're dead as a doornail. They're dead, but it's just that old sound. The stuff I'm doing now, I'm going to use that for the funky stuff.
Mine always flat ones, because I never change them. Yeah. Marshall votes for that.
As you buy the bass, they stay on until they go, like.
I still got it on that Fender there now.
Yeah, see, I've
seen it for 2 years.
I seen your Fender, and
it's stunning.
I can't wait to have a little look after. We'd have a little. When we knock the camera off later, we'd have a little play in the basses.
Yeah.
Because I got a custom bass up there.
I know.
Which is fretless.
Fretless. I've never played a fretless ever.
Haven't you?
No.
Well, some people say they can play fretlesses, right? And I know people who play fretlesses, but it's the intonation.
I've seen a lot of people that can play them tidy like yourself. I've seen you playing it, obviously.
They are you got they're not like fretted, like, you know.
No.
It's more, but it's. I think you haven't got to play loads. I see brilliant.
It's probably better technique then, isn't it? It's how you play it.
My technique is to say to people, right, if you're not sure where the note is, right, just move it around a bit.
Slide it in.
Wow, and keep on going out, and it'll go in and out, so you get it now and then.
Yeah. I've got a lot of us doing that.
Yeah.
I've done it a lot myself. I'm fretted.
Yeah, and when you play it out the wrong note, you just put on or off that note.
It's there.
Yeah, no, yes it is.
He's there.
We do the trill. Yeah. We know the tricks of the trade, and we like, you know, the crack, like.
But going back to Fenders, like I had a JD, like yourself. I bought it when I started. I didn't play all through my 20s.
My God, I was in my prime then.
I gave up when I was 18, and I started playing again when I was 30.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't pick up a guitar.
My God.
And then I picked one up, and I tuned it for somebody because they bought it for their son for Christmas. So I tuned it up. I thought I missed that, and that was it. I went back playing. So I bought a JD second hand.
Wow.
And
can you remember what you paid for that then?
300 quid.
Wow!
Yeah, 300,
Wow!
300 quid for that.
That'd be a fortune now.
Yeah, yeah, probably about $2.5 probably, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you see people selling them on the JD sites and they say, they're worth this much and that much because they'll offer you stupid money for them.
Yeah, that's right.
But you can go on eBay and sell them, right, and you get good money then, like, you know what I mean? So you went from the JD then?
Yeah.
So you got rid of that to do then, or?
I packed in again then with Andy's band because we weren't going to play anymore, so I thought, well, I won't bother anymore.
Oh.
And then I joined No Alibi then, the first version of this band.
Wow. And
I bought a Fender. Never played one.
a Jazz?
No, a Precision.
Oh.
I bought a...
Was it that Sunburst one, was it?
Black one.
Black one. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah, I played with that for about 10 years. And that's active. It's a Japanese one.
Yeah.
Absolutely superb.
That's China, but
It's the best player.
Chinese had it, and it's shit up from the Players series.
Sorry, it's a Mexican.
Oh,
Not a Jap. It's not a Jap cop. It's a Mexican, yeah. It's a Mexican, it is. But it's the active deluxe. I tell you what.
Yeah.
Absolutely fabulous.
I tried one of them back when I was, because I was still playing the JD, the pig bass, when I was about 30 odd, and it wasn't as cool to look at then. And I looked at one which is about 1,200 quid, right? And I played this Fender bass, right? And I said, this is one of the best bass I've played for a long time. And that was a deluxe.
Yeah,
And it was active.
The neck on them are fabulous.
Yeah, and I played that, and I thought, oh well, no, I would have this then. But that was it then. And after that I played a Jazz with no active and all that, and I thought it was shit. But I played that deluxe, right? It was a big difference in the price. I think it was about 700 quid or something like that. It was 500 cents, something like that. And I think that was like 1,200 quid. I was back in a long time ago, like.
I guess this was about 700 quid, I think it was. But that was like I say, a Japanese one.
Yeah.
A Mexican one, sorry.
But I thought, that's the one, and it was a massive difference in the sound, and I didn't think it was. Now, I joined a ska band, right? I knew we always say Squires sound just as good as
I got a Squire, I got a Jazz Squires, nothing wrong with it.
Great. But I bought a PJ Jazz Squire. I took the thing off and put the Fender on top, like, because someone said to do it, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't bring any different, like, you know what I mean?
No,
like? And I think I've only gigged it once, like, because I sold that and I bought it back, look.
Yeah.
But the difference between that and that is night and day.
Yeah.
But it'd be the same with a P-bass, right? Because it's just that it's so fat, that pickup on it, the front, right?
That's right, they're great pickups on it.
Yeah, it's on the front, and it's was massive, like. So you either got to change the sound on your amp and your head thinking about things and have a big fat sound, right? Or you got to mix a back pickup in and drop. Now, when I first had it, right, I only used the back pickup, more of a funkier sound. I never used the front look when I was playing with Powder Smile,
If you can blend the two,
you get the P-bass sound.
Yeah, you're laughing.
Yeah, and that's it. And that's what I do have more all front now. And if I do a bass solo, because it's an endless little bass solo, I just drag the front back.
You got to have a bit twangy anyway for the triple play.
Yeah. I don't do triple stuff.
You got them.
No, I do.
Yeah.
But
I know you do. I've seen it.
Yeah. So you had a P bass then after your JD.
Yeah, and my P bass on my JD. I sold that when we got rid of the band.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I was going to go back to it. And then I bought the P bass off online somewhere, off from a shop, and hadn't played it.
No.
And it came, and that was the best thing I'd ever played.
Kind of mad, isn't it?
It is,
I used to think P bass is one pickup.
Yeah.
And how wrong we are. We
that's brilliant.
We went through all these active circuitry stuff, and all this, but that was it active, that P bass?
That was active, yeah.
Wow, see, look.
Now I've developed onto the jazz bass active now.
Right.
Because
that's a good looking bass.
That's as good as my Westone active. The Westone active circuit is the best I've ever heard.
Yeah, but can you go back to the Westone, the neck on it, right? Now, because
my neck's hanging off at the moment.
Oh yeah, well,
I'll give it a Ryan.
Yeah, well, it was. I always remember because I went from P bass, right, copy to the Westone, right? Because the P bass, I was the first bass I was P bass, so I wanted to look like Sting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I got the Westone then, right? And then, but it was a weird neck on it. Like, it was round. It was like, I think the Wild neck was a bit like that as well. Or maybe a Gibson. It was I got it in a C shape. I don't know what you know what they call. They're gonna tell us.
Yeah, I don't know what they are, but they are a bit thicker than the rest of them.
But yeah. So you got a P bass, and he went on and he bought you whatever Squires and all that.
I had a Squire Jazz.
So you stuck on the Fender feel then all the way?
Yeah, I did, because
You fell in love with it?
I enjoyed it, I liked playing it, and I stayed with it, huh?
Because I've had friends, look, see, and you know, a good friend of ours, we mentioned him just now, actually, Daz, right?
Darryl, yeah.
He spent a lot of money on a well.
But he's all 5-string, isn't he?
Yeah.
So it's a different beast.
Yeah, but
a 4-string to a 5-string is a different beast.
But the equalisation on it.
Yeah, he's even for his own EQ in there, mind.
Oh, right.
In a
wild. I don't
know
not a wild. That's a lot of money's worth that was.
Oh yeah, I know.
You buy a house with that. But he said, I set it up. He said, and I plug it in, and it's different. It's always potchy. Now I found the JD as you get a bit older, you're torn.
Yeah.
You're a bit more fussy. I found the JD a lot like that, a lot fussy. Like, and I've had you know, it's in between sometimes.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of trouble. And I said I don't play active anymore. I said I passive only like. And he see me talking to someone on FB like about it. I said, I think it was SED'S Shed from down Swansea. I think it was talking to. Because we talked about Fender basses, and we had it sus from day one. Like, but we all tried all these different basses, but really they had it sus, like, you know. And he went out and he bought. He spent another pile of money on a Yamaha. I can't remember top of the range.
Yeah.
Not active, passive, and he brought it here, and it was lovely. And now he's playing that. You know,
right.
You know, that's his number one. He bought. He went to the Music Man, didn't he?
Yeah.
But when we went to London together on the first ever Bush show, I went to the Music Man stand and I played a Music Man 5-string. It was right. I'm not a 5-string player.
I'm not either.
I don't.
My hands ain't big enough.
Oh my God, I'm married with that. Like I play 6-string as well, you know. But I'm a 4-string, same as you. I'm through and through, and I think that's enough for me, like, you know.
I get confused.
Yeah.
I do.
I was have a guitar in my hand, like, you know.
The B string, there's nothing for me.
No.
Because the other 4 strings I'm used to using, so the B string don't do nothing for me.
I for fills and I was doing for fills and stuff like that, little bits and bobs. And I can work.
What if you're writing your own stuff, though?
Yeah, that's it. Well, I was playing a 6-string with African drummers.
Yeah.
So it was alright then. Like,
you do a couple of chords as well if you want, then, can't you?
Well, no, it was fretless, so no, you got to be spot on. Tough. But you know, he got a passive, like, you know, and he's he got a great sound now. I think he's mega happy with it.
Is he? Like I say, I had to go with it when I'm up there.
What? I was 5-string, innit?
Yeah, it's not good to me.
Yeah.
But the best player I've got, and Rory and Raz have borrowed it, is a cheap Warwick rock bass.
I was looking at this.
It's about 300 quid's worth, something like that.
The second-hand ones now, the 279, 300 quid's worth. I see. I'm looking at one of the Sunburst one.
I tell you what, you won't beat it.
And that's passive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
You won't beat the playability or the sound on it.
Is it with the back? The both pickers are quite close to the back.
Yeah.
I've seen it. Yeah, I was fancying one. I fancy loads of basses, right? And I've got to say,
no. Have a lend of it. I tell you
no,
what.
No, I can't because I don't have one. I don't.
You can have that one.
No, I don't. No, I got enough. But I got enough. Like, I was fancying some sort of Epiphone, a hollow bought, but it was short scale.
Yeah.
You know, I quite long and gangly, like, you know what I mean? I'd feel a bit like this, like playing the guitar, like, you know what I mean? So,
yeah, like a banjo, like.
Yeah, I did fancy it. It looked nice and it sounded really good as well, like, you know.
Yeah.
But no, Teddy does it all for me, like, you know. I don't need much now. I need a couple of notes.
Yeah.
And it's not. No, I'm going to play loads.
There's not a lot of them down the scale anymore, is there?
No.
Really?
But plod along now, isn't it?
We're getting too old for that now. The arthritis is starting to kick in.
Yeah.
We need light gear and something to play.
Very basic to play, so it doesn't take. I like to plug in and play, like, you know.
Oh yeah.
Do you use any effects?
Only that pedal I got, simply because I bought it so I can play the brewer, so I'm going to take an amp with me.
Oh right, that KDD one.
Yeah, just plug it in and away to go.
I don't use any effects. I used to back in the early days. I used to use delay, chorus, and
I don't use it for gigging much.
Octave I used to use.
You know, if you
fretless now, like, you know,
and your Mark King stuff.
Yeah. I used to use that, you know, but I'm plugging and playing now. It's great. I don't even use wireless systems, right? When I play the tram shit, right? A 30-foot lead did me. I outstretched sometimes. I couldn't go over and tell the guy on the side. I'm going to go, ooh, you know what I mean? 30 foot, but a massive stage, isn't it? Like, but at 20 foot in most pub gigs are like 10-foot leads, and
plenty.
You know, you don't need much. Like.
We don't need stuff like that, do we?
No.
We just
no.
And we are the backline one.
Yeah, I know it's hard. It's harder to come down from us sometimes. Like, you know, have to be.
Yeah.
But I'm always the loudest.
I know.
you gotta be huge, you know.
We play the risk of Probably in Risca, Fox.
Fox.
In Risca. Once, the first time he ever played with the old No Alibi, me, Rory and 2 other people. And all the trophies were coming down off the walls and plates.
Because you had a 15, was it 15 inch?
I had a 50, I had a 4x10 to go with that as well.
Wow. So what will that give you? Was that give you like
about 500 watts?
Yeah. What a lot of kit carry on 500 watts.
I can do it now. And I bought that off Longy. When I won the lottery, I bought that off Longy. With a wild.
You won the lottery?
Oh yeah.
I like a lottery winner in the house.
Yeah, I bought it off Longy, the Trace Elliott, and he gave me the wild bass as well. So for 500 quid, I had a wild bass.
You had his wild bass as well?
Yeah.
I borrowed that for a couple of gigs.
Yeah.
That was alright. That was the Westone. The Westone neck was a bit like that. That's heavy. What did you look at their custom bass?
It was too heavy. I couldn't play with that, so I sold it on to the guy in Newbridge. He depth on the edge. I can't remember his name.
I don't know. I still don't know him like. I
sold it for a carpet. We had to buy a carpet so I had to sell a guitar. I had too many guitars.
A while like I remember I bought that a couple of times. I think
it was in the while of the JD in at the time.
Oh yeah. Oh nah. I think I would have got rid of the amp first.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But
I had 4 guitars. I only had 1 amp.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So I was telling a story now. I lent a guitar to a mate of mine, Marshy. And he said, when you give it back to me a year later, he said, oh, I'll change the strings before I give it back to you. I said, don't bother about it, you've been on it 25 years now. He was disgusted, he walked away from me.
Yeah. That's nice, but
it's lovely.
An oil neck then, is there? It's so it's very quick neck.
It's one of the C necks, and it's the.
And do you know what? If this was mine, right, I'd have 40s on it because because it's
Well, perhaps when I do get around to changing the strings on
it. You know, it looks really nice colour as well, like know.
It's a very unusual colour as well. It's not. When I had that was the last one in the country.
But it's lovely, but that's a great.
I
let the band in as well on the as well.
It's
like.
nice, really nice.
Tortoiseshell, I always fancy the tortoiseshell as well, like you know. How much? Don't say too much now, because you've told me about £200.
No, they're just over 2 now, and I paid 1.8.
Oh, fucking hell! Neck, I mean, bloody hell!
But
for a piece of wood.
It's a nice piece of wood, though. Isn't it?
Yeah.
So I got 1 more for my collection now, and that's a Geddy Lee, and then I'm done.
Funky man, eh? The jazz are funky man.
They are. Yes, that's your Bootsy Collins type. I would say Stanley Clarke, but you don't play one, do you?
He's a Olympic, I think he is.
Yeah.
Telecaster bass, right? Because the pickups, but they right, you haven't got
that break.
You can't get under it, like,
no,
it's in a way. Yeah. That's really with the P bass and the jazz bass is really cool for that. So it's not a slapping bass. That's the only thing that puts me off it.
Yeah. Well, the P bass is a more slapping bass because that was what everybody used on it back in the 60s and 70s.
I fancy now the P bass, the player's bass, right? I fancy the yellow one. It was the butterscotch.
Yeah.
I fancy that as well. That's about 6.5, something like that. Which is, and no, that's a player bass, right? And that's really good.
Yeah.
And they rate the player factor is really cool, like, you know, because that was one of the first off the line that was there back when this first started.
Right, yeah.
You know, so.
But I haven't played a better one than that, I gotta be honest.
Yeah, but I thought you had a white. Oh, bucks.
What's up there?
Is it?
Can't remember.
That's it. Yeah, that's great. That's great technique. Anyway, let's try and finish it. I'm only more pissed, right? Right. A massive thanks to Andrew Frick and my old buddy for tonight.
Thank you for having me, John.
Yeah.
Absolutely fab.
And we watched COVID-19 because we're paranoid as shit.
Yeah,
Right?
so I got some spree.
And this guy goes back a long way with me, and I gotta say, and I'm slurring a bit now, right?
As you can tell from what we've been talking about.
Yeah, and I gotta cut this loads because this is about 3 hours we gotta be on this nonsense now, right? But thanks everyone for tuning in and becoming a part of Said Shed. If anybody else wanted to get involved and come into the shed, you know,
Come up here, man. He's a great host.
and we'll have a
Absolutely
couple of glasses, a couple of bottles of wine between us, and we'll just have a chat.
There it is.
Don't bullshit. Cheers, everybody.
All the best.
Cheers.
Cheers, John.
Go on.
All the best, boys.